Hey everybody, Mark here, guys. We are out here. We're going to show you some of our trees and stuff. This is the time of year that we come out and we prune our trees and get everything to where going into this year, everything is going to be just amazing. Okay, it's going to put on as much fruit as possible. And not only that, guys, but a lot of people say, oh my gosh, we don't want to prune our trees. We don't know how to prune our trees. A good thought whenever you're out, if you do have fruit trees, the air needs to flow through the tree. Okay, so a lot of times you'll see that there is a ton of limbs hugging the main part of the tree. All those need to come out. The only ones you need out are the ones inside. If you get the ones that are coming out like, just kind of fanning out, those are good. Okay, the wind can flow through that tree. It's all the ones that are going straight up to the top. They're going straight to the sun. Okay, so make sure that whenever you're pruning your trees, you get all those out. In saying that, okay, when you're pruning those trees, you can take those cuttings, and those cuttings can be rooted if you do it the right way. Okay, so we actually took some cuttings today, and we are going to show you guys how to take those cuttings, and instead of going and buying more and more pear trees or more apple trees, you can take those cuttings, you can either graft them, you can do whatever you guys want, but we want to root them, and then we're going to plant all of those trees out here this summer, maybe this fall. But you make sure that when you do that, you put baskets around them because the deer will take them. Okay, so guys, like I said, the biggest thing with doing this is you need to take into consideration that when you start planting more stuff, your population most likely will increase. So you're not just feeding the deer that you have on your property as of right now. Okay, so you're actually planting stuff, and the deer that you have there will stay there. But if there's more food, you're going to attract more deer. Okay, so it's kind of a win-lose scenario. Okay, you're trying to take care of the deer herd, but more deer are going to move into the area. So in doing that, make sure that anything that you do have, we have been doing a lot of planting. Okay, we do a lot of planting, fruit trees and all kinds of stuff. We do a few food plots and stuff. We're on 40 acres. Okay, the thing is I used to love shrubs. Okay, and we up on our driveway, we have some arborvitaes along the driveway. For the last 3-4 years, nothing has touched them. Okay, but since we have planted more and more food on the property, and we are drawing in, on our 40 acres, we've probably got 10 does that live here. I am in the back part of our 40, and I can promise you that every single time I come back here, those does are jumping up and running off. Okay, so it's not ideal because we don't want to spook our deer, or they're going to go other places. But does, they're a little bit more forgiving than bucks. So yeah, we want to stay out of here as much as possible, but we do plant our fruit trees and stuff. But get back on subject, the shrubs that we planted along the driveway, they are just mowed down this year. Like I said, we normally would see on camera, 3-4 does, and we'd have 3 or 4 or 5 bucks coming through. You have that one nice buck, and then you have a bunch of little ones. Okay, and that's normally what we were seeing. But this year, well, last couple years especially, since we started planting and we started bringing in more stuff, it's funny because all of our shrubs and everything, we don't have enough food in the wintertime for the deer that we have brought to our property in the summertime. Okay, I don't know if that hopefully that makes sense to everybody. So when you plant all this summertime stuff, all this food plot stuff, what you are doing is you're drawing all these animals in, and they are counting on you to provide food year round. Okay, if they're not going to get that food, they're going to go other places. They're not going to stay on your property. But and I don't know about your place, Missouri, it's you can't feed the wild deer anymore because the conservation department. That is horrible. But anyway, yes, so all of our shrubs, all of our stuff that we have on our property, all the you see all these things that say deer resistant and all this stuff. I can promise you, if a deer is hungry, he will eat it. Okay, so just take that into consideration if you do have a lot of landscaping, or bigger cities, the deer come in and they'll eat right out of their front yard. They eat their bushes, they eat their hostas, their hydrangeas. It doesn't matter what it is, those deer will eat it. If you plant it thinking that they won't, they will. Okay, make sure though that if you do start planting, you plant things in a, like apple trees. You need a lot of apple trees. They need to cross-pollinate each other. Not only that, but we have pear trees, we have persimmons. So everything is cross-pollinating with one another, guys. So keep that in mind. I know a lot of people, if you like apples, okay, they go in there, they'll buy 20 apple trees, they plant them all, 5 survive, and yeah, you're happy. But the thing is they start noticing that the crop that they're getting off of those apple trees, it's not what they want. It's not as many apples as what they thought it was going to be, because only a quarter of the apple trees survived. So what we say is, if you're going to plant,
specific example,
our
but
property,
just basically what
back
we
here in the back
recommend doing
especially,
is,
it's
focusing on
the field
food
is
sources
basically
because,
squared off.
we
Okay,
want to have
we have
attraction in a certain area
our
that
neighbors
we can take
on
advantage of.
2
So,
sides,
Yeah,
and then 2 sides are
fruit trees
ours,
can be a great
and
enhancement
they
to
love to
that.
hunt the
And
fence. So
to me,
it's
there's a good place to plant fruit trees
win-lose
and a
for
bad
us.
place, right?
We
And
can
some
get the
people might
deer
say,
here,
well,
but 9
what's
chances
a
out of
bad
10
place if it's part of your habitat and
neighbors
diversity?
shoot
But
them.
if you're
But
spending
yeah,
your
so
time and your money and you're doing it right,
recommend
then
that if you're going to
I
plant your
think you
food
should
plots
plant
in
it
the
in the
middle,
right location.
plant your
Where you're getting the most bang for
plant
your
your
buck
fruit
and
trees
for your
along the sides. Okay, come back the back side and then down the sides, plant all your fruit trees and stuff, and that would be sufficient. I mean, they're coming into your food plot to eat, but also you're trying to cross-pollinate, and you don't have to plant the same things, guys. On one side, plant pears, plant persimmons or some kind of nut tree, plant apple trees, plant what you feel is the best for your area. And like I said, make sure that you're getting soil samples done. Whenever we first started this, these trees are 12 years old, and you can see that all of these trees are all different sizes. Okay, these trees are, it's just crazy how if you put the right stuff in the soil, this tree will flourish. Okay, so make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do with that, and just keep on it. If you take a year off, you're going to see that in your food plots. You're going to see that with your fruit trees. You're going to see that with everything, guys. So make sure that if you're planting stuff, there's no years that you can take off. Okay, your food plots will grow up. You'll start getting trees. You'll start getting other things. These fruit trees will start filling in the middle, and they will not put on as much fruit. Okay, and you'll see, we got pear trees. They'll grow on some of those limbs 3 foot a year. Okay, so if you got the whole middle is just choking itself out and air can't flow through that tree, you're not going to have that much, you're not going to have that many pears or that many apples for the deer to eat that year. So guys, just keep all this into consideration, that, if you're going to do all these things and you're going to put all this time into it on your first year, it takes time every year, if not more time, as you go along, and you're going to start seeing more deer. So therefore, you're going to have to feed more. You're going to have to do more for the deer. Okay, so yeah, we appreciate you guys watching Whitetail Vid. Please subscribe to the channel and check out all our other videos. Thanks, guys.